Hey everybody, it's Candy, aka Brown Eyed Girl 69. How y'all doing? Well, today is Monday, April 20th. Damn, I missed 420 at 420. I was doing some other stuff. Anyway, being that it's 420, also today was a Dutch Brothers drop. They had these bracelets. Kind of look like Coachella entrance bracelets. I wasn't too impressed with them actually, but they had a second chance sticker that I really wanted, but I waited too long for that too. I went up there to get me hopefully a second chance sticker, but didn't have any. But I have another friend that's on it, so I might still be able to get one. So I went up there, got my Dutch Bros, and then I left there, drove to a 7-Eleven so I could get some cash, and then I drove to my handy dandy little green store and got me some of this stuff called Tropical Runts. And it's an eighth. And it's small Nuggs. So, and it's been a minute since I've taken a puff, so we're about to find out what's up with that. Then I drove back to town and went by my store. That smells good. Went by my store, got me another vape fogger, the white gummy. I'll probably do a review on it. And then they have these wellness packages. It was $5, and it's juniper, orange, and menthol. And it came with a thing of bubble bath. Says it's aches and pains, tension relief, bubble bath, moisturize and soothe, juniper, orange, and menthol. So I got that. Then there's like a mineral bath soak, and it has Epsom salt, juniper, and menthol. Soothe and comfort muscles, joints, and feet. And then there's this tension relief body butter, which is juniper, orange, and menthol. And that came with it. So those three things for like $5. I seen it last night, and I thought, I think I'm gonna put a note on this and put it underneath the customer service desk and go by there and get it today. So that's what I did on my way home. Got that and the refill for my fog. So anyway, that's what I've been up to today. I got to sleep in today. I chose to stay in bed. I went to bed last night probably about 2 o'clock. I was pretty tired. I'd worked until 10:30 last night, and then came home and wound down and finally got to bed around, like I said, 2. I think I was waking up around 8 o'clock this morning. I got up, uh, and looked to see what was going on online, and then I turned back over and went back to sleep, and I don't think I woke up until about 11 o'clock. And I sat here till like, I think it was 2:50 when I finally left here. Now it's 5:50, so it's about 3 hours ago. So when I finally decided to get up and around and head to Norman and do all that. Where's my lighter? Well, I got one in here, but I think it's over there in my purse. Let's see what this tastes like. Tropical Runts. Runts is always good because Runts is always a sativa. Tastes pretty good. Not gonna lie. Man. But yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of allergy issues. Sorry, I'm yawning. I've been dealing with a lot of allergy issues today. Also, like this part of my face, like right by my ear, was all swollen. It felt like, when your glands swell or get inflamed. This side didn't hurt at all. This side still hurts a little bit, and I can tell there's still a little bit of inflammation in there, but it's not as big as it was. But I've been blowing my nose like crazy. If I smell anything that irritates it, I'll sneeze like crazy. I've just been really tired. Tomorrow, I don't work at the grocery store, but I am going out Grub Hubbin tomorrow night. Scheduled from like 6 until 9. See what I can do in 3 hours. It's been 2 weeks tomorrow since I started Grub Hubbin. And the first night I think I Grub Hubbed on a Tuesday night, I think I did it for three and a half hours. And I think I made like 60 something dollars that night. But basically, in 2 weeks that I've worked Grub Hubbin, the first week I made 262.74, and that was like 13 hours. And the second week I made 267.58. That's what I made this past week. So between those two items, or those 2 weeks of working, that's not too bad, And I'm trying to think, I'll have to look at the hours that I put in this past week, but I think it was only about 15 hours at the most. Maybe 16. I'll have to look. So let's see, 262.74 plus 267.58. $530.32 in 2 weeks. That's pretty good. And you take that total and you divide that by 2, that's 265 a week. That's more than I'm bringing home with my regular job. And then you take that and you divide that by the hour, 13 hours. That's an average of $20 an hour. I'm averaging anywhere from 20 to 23 an hour doing this gig. Let's see. What day was that? The 14th. I'd have to look on my app, but yeah, that's not bad, considering. It's not bad at all. And on Saturday, the first time I did it on a Saturday, I made $112.43. And this past Saturday, the 18th, I made $114.19. Now, have I dashed on a Friday? No, I have not dashed on a Friday. The first Friday I had a chance to dash was on the 10th, but I had to work that day. And then the next time I had a chance was on the 17th, this past Friday. But I'd spent all day at the Science Museum with my granddaughter, my daughter, granddaughter, and a whole bunch of other kids. And I was totally exhausted. So I did not do anything on Friday. Now this next week coming up, I'm doing it on Tuesday, which is my third time in a row to do it on a Tuesday. And on Thursday and Friday this week. Saturday I have to work. So if I'm working at the grocery store, I'm not going to Grub Hub. If I'm off work from the grocery store, then I'm going to Grub Hub. And like I said, I'm going to take one day off. And that's today. In fact, I have my laundry in there. I got to take out from the washer. They're in the dryer. Also got my bedding to wash, and I got some towels to wash. Also, I'm going to try to sweep in here, and I'm also going to try to start working on this chair. Just so I'm not just sitting here doing absolutely nothing. So anyway, that's about all that's going on with me. Peace, love, hugs, nugs. I might be back. Might do another video talking about the white gummy vape. If there's anything else I feel like I should talk about, I'll definitely come back on and give you all that information. But for the most part, just get out and live your life. Do what you normally do. And just be aware and live your life with no fear, because there is nothing to fear. But fear is self. Fear is false evidence appearing real. And you are your own worst enemy. You sabotage yourself before anybody else sabotages you. I think once humans learn that they're completely in charge of their total existence and that they're in charge of their future and their present moment, nothing can stop them, because, I'm not one of these types of people that's gonna come on here and complain about how crummy my life is because my job dropped my hours. No, I'm gonna take it the way I take it and say, okay, well, that just gives me more free time to make more money in another avenue, And I'm making more money Grub Hubbin than I make weekly at my job. So why not? I'm in charge of my life. I'm in charge of how much money I bring into my place. I do have another channel set up. Once I get it set up, and everything going the way I want to get it going, then I will introduce it here and probably start trying to promote it here, as well as promoting it just by when I make videos. It's going to be a DoorDash Grub Hubbin video, but more than likely it's going to be more Grub Hubs than DoorDashes, because DoorDash just isn't it anymore. There's a lot of people leaving DoorDash because of their quirkiness and because of their not really hooking you up with the decent restaurants and decent orders and decent pay. I will say at least Grubhub gives me decent pay. The other night, I don't know if I said this or not, but I rejected like probably 6 orders right in a row. Back to back to back to back, because they were just so horrible. They weren't even, wanting to pay me for the mileage that I would have to drive. So it's reject, reject, reject. And I thought, well, I think I have like 30 minutes left, maybe 45 minutes left of my shift. Rejected all of them. I thought, yeah, now watch. They're going to put me on a timeout. But they didn't. The next offer that they sent me was almost $30. It was like $28.75 to pick up from a Asian restaurant, Taiwanese, I think, and BJ's Burgers and Brewery, which those restaurants were basically right next door to one another. And my 2 deliveries was within like probably 2 or 3 blocks of one another. So pickup was easy, drop off was easy, no problems, and it took me to pretty much almost the end of my shift. I was able to complete my shift and log off unavailable once 8:02 p.m. came around. Just wanted to give myself a couple extra minutes so they realized that yes, I am done with my block. And just because you schedule yourself for a block, if your like time is up at 8 o'clock, that doesn't mean nothing. Technically, that's when you can get off because your block ended. Just like if I wanted to continue to go past my block until like say 8:30 or 8:45, if say for instance they sent me an offer at like 5 minutes till, and it was a good offer, and I decided, yeah, I'm going to take this thing. Whenever I get through with that offer would be when I would more than likely get off of Grub Hubbin, unless they, of course, just keep sending me good offers. If they start sending me trash offers, then of course I'm going to log off. But I still am going to say that Grubhub is better, and I haven't done Uber Eats yet. I probably should give it a go just to see what happens. But I'm always nervous when I first start using new apps. I was really nervous when I first started using Grubhub until I got to know it. And I felt that way when I first started DoorDashing too. So I guess it's always sort of kind of, you get anxious when you haven't done something before. Even though I know Uber Eats, it's not like I wouldn't be able to do it. It's just I got to get to know the app, know how to look at the app and how to read the app. Other than that, it wouldn't be that big of a deal as far as like deciding if I'm going to accept an order or reject one, or figuring out where the restaurant is and how to get to the drop off location or whatever. That's what happens when I get a hold of some good herbs. Is I can ramble on and on because, well, my mind's going. I got my Kush Crafted shirt on too. I've had this shirt since I think 2021. Because when we first moved back here, that's when my son-in-law got a job working in a processing plant down in Wayne. And the name of the processing plant and company was called Kush Crafted. They started in 2019. I don't know if they're still around. I don't think they are. So many businesses in the cannabis industry here in Oklahoma have come and gone a lot since Oklahoma legalized it or medically accepted it. I don't know if this is going to be an age restricted video or not. I probably should put it on as that. But then again, I don't know. Anyways, as things come together with my new channel, as things come together with me being able to get the items I need for my new channel, I'll keep you all abreast of the situation. If anybody wants to help me out in helping me purchase a new, get me a webcam for my car, uh, or a holder for my phone so I have something to stick onto the back of my phone, hold my phone up, and hands free. Because the thing that I have now, it's just a vent holder, and it's not very good. I need one that's gonna like be magnetized as well as suction to hold it on to my windshield. Anyways, I have a Cash App and I have a Venmo now. So if anybody wants to help me out, I will leave those links below. And till the next time, peace, love, hugs, and hugs. I'm out.